When we break up with a guy, right, what do? We level up naturally as women. When guys get broken up with, or whenever the relationship ends or whatever, what do we typically find every single time? What do? They go and find somebody that was nowhere near on your level, right? Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Ash. Nice to meet you. For all my returning subscribers, welcome back, sis. This video is a sit down chit chat and it's not going to be that long, so go ahead and get your little schniggity snack or your little notepad because I'm dropping gems. Okay, so if you want to see what I'm talking about, then just keep on watching. Alright you guys, so the title of this video is Don't Let Your Ego Get in the Way of Your Common Senses. And I don't have a bunch of notes. I have no notes. No notes coming straight off the dome. I like to tell y'all certain things because when I was growing up, there was no YouTube, there was no girl chat, there was none of that. Okay, so a lot of stuff you just did from trial and error. And one thing that I used to do all the time that I think was a huge problem for me, because you have to be able to take accountability. Yes, girl. In order to master the game, even though I'm not a master, but in order to master your level up journey or even succeed at it, you have to know what your faults are. You have to know what your toxic traits are. You have to know how to be a master, you know? So no one can tell you anything about yourself when you know yourself to the core. So that's the work that I've been doing. So with that, I was like, I should tell them about how I used to let me being a baddie or thinking that I was just, you know, I'm confident. I'm a confident person. Growing up, I was always told that I was really pretty. People treated me as if I was pretty. People treated me like, you know, it was pounded in my head to hold your head up high, be confident, and never just walk around like that. Wasn't my lifestyle. That wasn't my ministry. So taking that from a young age and just, you know what I'm saying, going through life, I never really had a problem getting the person that I wanted or any of those things. So, you know, I used to get a lot of attention and all of that. With that though, I see this happening. I see these really pretty girls, right? And you'll see it because it's on social media. They'll be like, you know, well, Beyonce could get cheated on, so that don't make me special. But they also think that because they are so, some girls also think that because they are so pretty, because they are so chosen or whatever, the prototype, whatever you want to call it, that they can't get played, that they can't get left, that their actions don't cause certain things to happen in these relationships. And that's the piece of the puzzle that I was missing. I was like, he can never find another girl like me. He can never find nobody better than me. And because like for a while I had this phase where I was into the guy that everybody's not into. I had this phase where I would pick the quiet, standoff guy. Like, he could be an attractive guy, but he's not overly like, oh, look at me guy. The guy that people are just like, oh, he's cool, whatever. Like, if a lot of people treat him like the brother or just a platonic friend, that's the one I want, you know? I would find out about their dating history and stuff like that, and I would find that, you know, I was probably the finest female they ever talked to. And that's just me being real. When you are fine on the outside, that shit gotta match on the inside, because that is where the true beauty comes from. So at that time I was like, you know, I was just a mega, I was just treating dudes foul. There's a way to go about being unattainable, you know, precious stone. There's a way to go about doing those things in order to use the power of persuasion or use your feminine energy, your feminine charm. The things I was doing wasn't feminine. The things I was doing was just straight up, bitch, anybody would get tired of you. So that's why I wanted to tell y'all, like, know you're the baddest, but also know that being the baddest won't keep him. It won't. Because what you'll find is they will, when we break up with a guy, right, what do? We level up naturally as women. When guys get broken up with, or whenever the relationship ends or whatever, what do we typically find every single time? What do? They go and find somebody that was nowhere near on your level, right? Physically. And then we think, like, being immature and stuff like that, we think that that's like some type of badge of honor, and it's not. Because what we don't want to hear is, oh, maybe this woman is healed. Maybe this woman knows how to speak to her man. Maybe this woman, you know, you don't know what she's doing, but on the outside, you're like, your ego is telling you, oh, well, she don't look like nothing like me. So we cannot think like that, because you will get left for a mediocre, a basic, or even a downright not that attractive chick. Because at the end of the day, if a man needs somebody to compliment him and to bring value into his life in certain ways, maybe it's an emotional thing, maybe it's, and when I say bring value, don't get it twisted. But what I mean is, you don't have to be a mega bitch in order to be that girl. You know what I'm saying? You can be, you know, you can have your little but it doesn't have to be to the extent of just that nasty, like, oh, like he don't even want to be around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, get in touch with your femininity. Get in touch with you. You have to know what your triggers are. You have to know yourself, and you can't deviate from that. You have to constantly put in the work to constantly keep evolving, because otherwise, yeah, you will get left out here for somebody that you deem nowhere near on your level, but that person is just the right amount that he needed, because, you know, she don't do X, Y, and Z like you do. That's really what I wanted to come through and tell y'all. Is like, don't be out here with a super inflated sense of self that doesn't even match up to what you really truly are inside. Like, I see a lot of girls and they can't figure out why they still single. Not that being single is a bad thing, because I told my man this: if I wasn't with you, I probably would be single. And I'm okay with saying that, because it takes so much energy to have a relationship. And I see the girls and they're writing stuff on their statuses and they're putting all the memes up, and they're like, first of all, they're super masculine. Let's start there. I was one of those girls, so it's not even me judging. It's just like straight facts. Like, when I sat down to start watching Shira 7, I was so offended. But guess what? You gotta have control of your emotions, because I sat there in the shadows, in the bushes, whatever you want to call it. I didn't comment on her channel for months. I just sat there and soaked up the free game. Soaked it up, soaked it up, soaked it up, soaked it up. Whatever applied to me, I soaked it up. And I said, I'm gonna try it, because why not? If what you have been doing thus far has not been working for you, try something different. So that's what I did. And that's when I started to see that the things that she was saying really worked. And if you're not familiar with who Shira 71 is, she is a feminine coach, or feminine. She's just a feminine woman who gives a lot of free game. Okay, check her out. That's the first place I would start if you're looking to venture into your feminine journey. I always mention her. So if I have new people here, yeah, that's where I got, you know what I'm saying? That's where I started learning from. There are ways to have that little sarcastic tone. There are ways to, but you gotta master that shit. It's not just gonna happen. You gotta put in work. And that's when, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've backslid so many times, and you'll see it right away. Once you start implementing your femininity and certain things, and then you decide, well, you know what, this is too much, I don't want to do it, and you start backsliding, you're also gonna notice that you're gonna get treated a different way as well. So my thing is this: to maximize your femininity and what you receive from the universe, your man, whatever, get rid of that inflated ego and take a deep, hard look in the mirror and say to yourself, because don't nobody else have to know this, okay, bitch, you're lacking in this area. You could clean it up in this area. This is your plan. This is what you have to have: a plan, a femininity plan. If you are coming from being a pick-me-sha, a Bob the Builder, a masculine woman, you gotta have a plan. Okay, I'm gonna start getting my nails done. I'm gonna start getting my hair done. You gotta go find you a hairdresser. You gotta do the work, because otherwise you're gonna stay stuck. So take it from me, don't be out here thinking you're the baddest bee, because Instagram will humble you real quick. Okay, but not even that. Like, even if, let's take it down even a step further, and this didn't have anything to do with the ego thing, but it kind of does. The BBLs, right? I was one of the girls, I wanted to get one too. The only reason I haven't gotten one is because I started looking at some YouTube videos. I started seeing all these girls dying, and I was just like, you know what? But in order to get there, I had to master other things about myself and work, well, not even master, but clean up and polish certain other things about myself so that I felt good about myself, so that I could put my best foot forward and not feel like I need this BBL in order to da 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 da. If I had this BBL, then I could da 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 da. So I said that to say, even if it's something like that where you feel like, oh, maybe you're a smaller girl, maybe you feel like, you know, nobody's gonna want me, everybody wants these BBL girls, da 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 da. Change your mindset. What is it about you that stands out? What do people compliment you about the most? And it doesn't have to be exterior. It could be something internal. You're super kind, you're a great listener, you make people feel really, really good, you have great advice. Take those things, I'm telling you, and maximize on them, because people will always remember how you treated them. And that is a game changer. Like, yeah, spruce yourself up, go to the gym, do some squats, do whatever you got to do if you want a bigger butt. I'm not telling you not to get surgery. I don't care. Do your research, go to somebody credible, do what you got to do. But I'm just saying, that's just an example. You gotta stop the comparison game. You gotta stop. That's an ego thing too. Constantly feeling the need to compare. No, you can look at another woman, congratulate her, and also congratulate yourself. That takes nothing away from you. And if you can't do that, you gotta do the work to find out why. Where were you invalidated? Validate yourself. You know, stop waiting for a man to validate you. And that was a huge thing that I used to do. I used to be like, okay, I need somebody to da 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 da. I need somebody to da 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 da. No, you don't need shit. You need to get yourself together and figure out why you need another person in your life. What value are they going to add to your life? And go from there. And I wasn't perfect, and I'm still not perfect, you guys. But it is constant work. It is a constant journey. And if you've been doing the work, proud of you, because I know this work is not easy. And I know a lot of people don't understand the feminine journey because it just sounds like a bunch of gold digging, when in reality it's not necessarily gold digging, because both parties actually come out on top if they just fall into their respected roles. Well, sometimes it's difficult to explain that to the men because they just want to be the alpha. And that's fine, you can be the alpha, but in order for me to submit, I gotta feel safe and protected and secure. Anyways, you guys, I know I went on a little bit of a ramble there, but the main message is to get in control of your ego, and don't let your ego have you out here looking silly, stupid, any of the above, because you can truly get what you want if you just focus on it. Also, if you perfect whatever you got going on, don't worry about nobody else. It's all about you. All right, guys, if you want more girl chats and you want a specific topic, just let me know and I will do my best to accommodate. And I see that you guys want more vlogs, so I'm gonna work on that. And in the meantime and in between time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.